endurance events, it's incredibly important that runners have all the kit they could possibly need to run safe and run happy. So we're going to head into one of their rooms now and go through the Ultra X kit check procedure.
So the region that we're in, the 53 different runners that we have from 20 different nations can expect to see a whole range of wildlife on the course. Hopefully they won't encounter any crocodiles or elephants, but they will see every single day, probably every hour, monkeys, peacocks, pelicans, storks, a whole range of different wildlife. We're looking forward to this. It's going to be an absolutely awesome week.
Welcome to Ultra X Sri Lanka by SriLankan Airlines 2022.
We've got a field which is almost half women, which we're really excited about as well.
They will be running 250 kilometres over 5 days with varying distances on each of the days.
There's going to be sun, there's going to be sweat, and there's going to be a lot of realisation at just how hard this challenge is.
The atmosphere is something else, but also just the setting, like the mountains, seeing like the sunrise, the colours in the sky. It's amazing.
So we went to bed quite early. I went to bed about 8:15, and I woke up feeling like, oh, I've had the best sleep, and I looked at my watch and it was 10 o'clock. So I think the plan is that we're going to try and stay together and just keep each other going.
The race is officially on. We've had some seriously strong men lead out the front pack. Salome has come out on top, coming through checkpoint 1 and checkpoint 2 in top position. Ben Parker is just behind him, followed closely by Mike Wardian and Raheel. In the women's section, we've got Amy Chapman and Imo Body holding on to the front spot and pushing forward to come into checkpoint 2 very, very soon.
Thank you guys, you're heroes. Body's okay. The biggest problem is the heat. So my body's fine. Like I'm running my race basically, which is a 7:30 pace. The heat just freaking keeps coming in and just takes me out. So I'm deliberately taking as many stops by the trees in the shade as I can, which is slowing me down. A few people taking me over, but I'm happy, man. I'm just blessed to have that.
Yeah, English, yeah. English? Half Indian as well. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
I can run for about 6 minutes and then I just can't take any more. Just trying to drink and eat as much as possible so I don't have to dig myself out of a hole when I get back. But I think that's a sensible way to do it. So.
It's gonna be super hot probably. I have a feeling it's gonna be hotter than yesterday actually.
I think everyone's had a good night's sleep and then I think everyone's quite raring to go.
So we're here at checkpoint 1, we're just over about 10k into today's race. We've had the majority of runners coming through. The sun's coming up now, it's getting a little bit hotter. Salome came through in first, looking to make up some lost time from yesterday, and Amy Chapman's really giving Jess a run for her money in first place. It's going to be a long and brutal day for a lot of our runners, and we'll see how it goes.
Brutally hot, but we're in Sri Lanka. It's good. It's just over halfway.
Welcome to camp number 2. We are on the shores of Denbera Reservoir. It's a beautiful setting for our finish line. The runners will have covered 56 kilometres to get here. It's hot, it's humid, it's been pretty brutal conditions out there for them. But when they're crossing that finish line, they're in great spirits.
the most incredible landscape, and I'm just excited for the next couple days. Like, each day has been better than the last, so yeah, I'm really enjoying it, and I feel like my fitness is coming into form a little bit, so yeah, I'm excited for what's in store for the rest of the week.
My feet are really wrinkly, and there's no way of just keeping your feet dry. There's no way, so. But we got through. Me and Ben walked the last like 12k, but did it. 3 days to go.
There's a runner here called Mary who held me up while I was having a little bit of a wobble, poured some water on my head, held me up and walked me 100 yards, settled me, so that was pretty adorable. There was a lot of good views today.
Today was brutal. For me, the first 20k were okay, but after that it just got so hot. But I'm taking away from this that like I'm pretty badass, because I just did like nearly 2 marathons on 2 consecutive days in 38-degree heat, and yeah. Yes. And I'm going to come back and do it again. And I'm going to do 2024. It's a thing.
2024.
Yeah, I just don't think you can prepare for something like this. I think the first day was 37 degrees. Today, there's rumour it was around 39. Even if you go into a sauna for like half an hour, 40 minutes, it's just not going to compare. It just got to the point where it didn't matter how much I cooled myself down, I just couldn't find myself in a good place. So thankfully though, finishing so late, it just meant that the sun kind of went down and we had some shade.
Day 3 of Ultra X Sri Lanka by SriLankan Airlines 2022. Today is a looped course taking them along 45 kilometres around several lagoons, around a reservoir. They should see plenty of wildlife as well. The conditions have been hot and humid. It's not easy out there, and a lot of them are really struggling to balance out the electrolytes, the water, and also to know how hard to push.
Yeah, good. Oh, good. Warm. Nice and warm today.
We are over halfway, aren't we?
Woohoo!
Half the total distance is done.
It just feels cooler, which I think has helped, and obviously setting off a bit earlier and catching up with this lot and being in a group has just made me feel stronger, so I'm feeling good, yeah.
Spirit-wise, I'm fine. My right knee's in multiple pieces. But yeah, it's wonderful, the scenery's beautiful. Keep rolling the dice.
Pretty emotional day for a lot of the runners. The conditions were really tough out there, but it looks like they've all banded together and really helped each other get through. We've seen a lot of grit, a lot of determination, and a lot of sheer willpower just to get across the line. We've still got a few runners out here, but the finish line is absolutely jam-packed with people ready and waiting to cheer them over the line.
So obviously yesterday afternoon we had to evacuate our camp on the banks of the riverbed at speed. Luckily we were able to stay here at this local Buddhist temple about 10 minutes from camp. It was about 65, 75 people sleeping in a very small space last night. but amazingly they've had more sleep than they would have the entire race. So relocating now to the next camp. Whilst today's stage has been called off for obvious reasons, i.e. the extreme weather, tomorrow's stage will go ahead completely as normal.
It's been the most amazing week, just sharing this experience, not just your own, but with other people, and just seeing like what they've had to come through to get here.
I'm excited. It's been a really, really good week, and yeah, I'm looking forward to just getting it done now. It's been hard. The heat is, yeah, there's been times where I've got quite emotional. I'm going to go out and enjoy every moment. I cannot wait to feel that finish line feel, and yeah, just enjoy it.
Like everybody's been, from athletes to the team to, like I say, production behind the scenes, has been absolutely amazing.
Excellent. Motivated. Last day, time to shine, time to finish. Amazing.
Yeah, I think generally it's just has been more difficult actually. I never thought it was going to be easy.
We are at the finish line of what has been an absolutely incredible week for all our runners. Some of them are already through, as you can see, they're chilling by the pool and having a fantastic time, but actually we've got loads of them still out on the course, still dealing with those conditions, and we cannot wait to cheer them over that finish line.
That is the most special feeling ever. There's just something about doing these races where just physically and mentally it just breaks you in every way, but there are so many inspiring people out there with so many different abilities, and you've earned this. It's like it's invaluable, that feeling.
The Ultra X team have been unbelievable. They seem to, all the locals just seem to be there at the right points on most days to just douse you with a little bit of water to get you through. And yeah, I've been humbled by the love that I felt over here, which is really, really nice.
Yes!